All right, Taiwan Special of the Week, Episode 3. I was reading a news article about how Taiwanese manufacturers, Taiwan tech companies, especially tech companies, we're talking Asus, HTC, and Acer mainly, that they used to be great and wonderful, but they've been getting attacked by the mean Chinese. All right. Look, I've been to the headquarters of Acer. I've been to the headquarters of Asus, which is really weird, by the way. Weird headquarters. Um, I've never been to the headquarters of HTC. But I've owned HTC. I had the HTC Desire V. I had the HTC One. I've got the HTC 10. It's right here. I think I've shown you these in other videos. There's the HTC 10. I'm not happy with HTC. And all right, okay. This article. Okay, read this article. It's called Nikkei or something, Asia Review from Nikkei. Nikkei. I don't know, something like that. The Nikkei. You look it up. Nikkei. It's Asia Review. Taiwan tech companies are having trouble because they're having to compete with Sony and Samsung. Samsung makes the most cell phones in the world. More than Apple. That's a testament to open source. Did you know this week? Samsung's got a folding phone. It's a normal phone, but you unfold it and it becomes a tablet. Yeah, that's interesting. It becomes a square tablet. That'd be kind of fun. I think I could probably do a lot of computer programming with something like that. I'm able to do some great writing with it. That sounds awesome. Samsung is an innovative, forward-thinking company. All right. Well, the story is HTC had a lot of trouble. HTC, Asus, and Acer, three Taiwanese companies, had a lot of trouble. And then along came Oppo and Huawei and then some other cheap Chinese phone. And they just started putting these Taiwanese companies out of business in Taiwan. All right. The newspaper article puts this spin on it as if it's all China's fault. China came in with their cheap, inferior stuff, and that's why the Taiwanese are having trouble. Okay. All right. There's something to that. China's been creating problems by invading markets and doing the price war thing, sterilizing the market, and then putting their technology there. And that's a problem. And America's government, a lot of people have security concerns. How involved is China how involved is China with their own tech companies? And so is this going to be used for spying? And there are concerns like that. All right. But China's not fair. Okay. But there's more going on here. And having lived in Taiwan for 10 years, I have something to say about this. I was talking with a new friend that I made this past week sometime. And is this Taiwanese kid? He studies finance, and we had a great talk. We might actually do some collab stuff. I don't know. But I took him down to the BMW shop. There's a little BMW feature stand in a shopping mall. It's on my Twitter, not Twitter, my Instagram account. Excuse me. I actually think Twitter has a link to it. I took this kid to BMW and I showed him the car. And I said, watch. I said, there actually happened to be another customer there, which is great. I loved this. Guy's wearing nice clothes, slammed the door. I said, he just shut that door too hard. Watch this. I showed him how easy it is to close the BMW door slowly. So we got in the car, and I had him put his hands on the wheel and asked him why things were where they were in the wheel and that they had a little thumb rest there. And I said, okay, this stuff at 10 and 2, is that for your hand? He said, no. He thought it was, kind of maybe. I don't remember the whole conversation, but the car salesman, who's seen me there before, doing dream sessions or whatever with people, he's explaining, no, the thumbs are supposed to go here, supposed to hold your hands at 3 and 9 because research says that gives you more control over the vehicle. So these big rest things are not for your hands at 10 and 2. That's to create a spot for your thumb to hide to give you control. And so I explained, I said, this is stuff that BMW has been doing for 20 years. And other cars still might not be doing it. And it was a lot of different things I showed him in the car. I said, this is the tech here. I showed him how the automatic wipers work with an infrared thing that works against the glass to tell if there's water, and how much water's on the windshield. I showed him how the bright and dim lights were a single light bulb. There's only one light bulb, not two. And I went through and explained a lot of things about the BMW to him. The little control steering, the little control thing, the little knob in the console in the center. So I explained this stuff to him, and he never heard of any of it. And while he's in the car and I'm explaining this, this other guy comes in with his really expensive shirt, really expensive clothes. I mean, it's a golf shirt, but it's really expensive. Slams the door. This other guy slams the door. I said, do you know why he just slammed the door? And he's just wondering, slammed the door. And I said, it's because he's a poor person with a lot of money. He buys, and I was just talking with another one of my friends who's in finance. He's like a trader for a bank or something like that. Made so much money, the bank fired him and he doesn't miss the job or the income. And I was just talking with this guy, this friend of mine, about what I was telling this other young friend at BMW dealership. He says, you're right. People buy BMWs and they don't know why the BMW is better. They only know it's expensive and they buy it because they have money. People in Taiwan do this. They buy BMWs, Apple computers, Mercedes-Benz because they're expensive and they want to show off their money, but they don't really understand why those products are better, why the cars are superior. They don't know why an Apple is better than other phones. They don't know why. They only know that it's expensive and they want to flash their money. And I said, it's not about being able to buy a whole bunch of fancy stuff that you don't appreciate and you don't know why it's fancy and expensive. It's about understanding why it's good. And because that guy back there, that poor person with a lot of money, because that guy slams the door because he doesn't know the BMW doors know how to close themselves for the most part. It's not even an electronic gadget in there. The door's just designed to close perfectly without being slammed. I said, because people like that in Taiwan don't know why the BMW is a better car. They just know it's more expensive. That's why HTC can't design good phones. Because they only know that an iPhone is more expensive. They don't understand why the iPhone is a better phone. Now, I prefer Android, so I'm on Samsung because of other openness issues as far as software goes. But all right, but iPhone is a good quality phone. It's just that people in Taiwan don't know why. And, so this news article is saying, these Taiwanese companies are suffering because China's coming in with their cheap stuff. It's cheaper. And that's why Taiwanese tech companies, Acer, Asus, HTCs, namely, are having trouble. Okay. And there's supposedly examples of maybe bigger things that are going on, but and I'm thinking, no, that's not why they're having trouble. They're having trouble because they don't understand why a good product is good. They don't really get it. They're not like the Princess and the Pea. The Princess and the Pea, Hans Christian Andersen wrote the story. Same guy who wrote The Emperor's New Suit and Little Mermaid, by the way. Is she really a princess to marry the prince? 12 mattresses, pee on the bottom. The princess couldn't sleep because of the pee on the bottom of 12 mattresses. Because she was so accustomed to good quality things that a pee underneath 12 mattresses would keep her uncomfortable at night. You've got to be that snooty, fluty princess in order to be able to design a product as good as an Apple phone. Or a Samsung phone for that matter. Sony, I'm not sure. I don't like Sony's keyboard. Special characters are too long of a hold. Sony's, I think, are designed by people who don't know how to type fast. That's my complaint about Sony. Samsung, I don't have that problem. But, Samsung's starting to incorporate Linux into their operating system. That's smart. These are smart people. Like Ubuntu is an app on a Samsung phone. So I could do my computer programming on my phone. That'd be awesome. And Samsung's doing this because they know what really makes a product good. My HTC, if I hit the wrong button, it takes me into this keyboard styling app that does me absolutely no good whatsoever and it interferes with my typing. The button shouldn't even be there to press on accident. HTC doesn't know that because they don't know what good stuff is. All right, I've been ranting on that. Now, so I'm talking about this with my young friend. I told you, the older friend, we're talking my age. the finance guys, listen to what I'm saying. He's going, you're right, absolutely right. They don't know why it's a better car. He went to school in Australia. He's Kiwi. They call that Kiwi. New Zealand, Australia, they call them Kiwis. All right. So I'm talking with my young friend. I say young, maybe 20. And he says, Jesse, you are so right. But the problem is, when Taiwanese hear these ideas, they don't know how to go apply these ideas to their real lives. They don't know what they're supposed to go do with this knowledge. Okay, they don't understand why something's good, and that's it. They understand it, but their lives won't change at all because they don't know how to take the principle and make their lives different or better or just different with the principle. It's just, oh, it's an idea, and then they go back to their same nonsense life, and they buy expensive stuff not knowing why it's expensive, and they still never learn, and they still never get it, even though you just told them. It's weird. If you're not in America, it's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, this is Taiwan culture. And my friend tells me this. And I asked him. Now I realize I'm recounting this conversation with my finance friend here. Interestingly, my young friend studied finance. The older guy, my age, has experience with finance. So I'm recounting this. I asked my young friend, I said, why is it? I said, I'm thinking of an answer. Why is it that Taiwanese don't know how to apply good ideas to their lives to make their lives better? They can't apply it. They understand the idea, but they'll never change their lives at all one bit. They don't know how to get there. Why is that? And he said exactly the word I was thinking. And you're probably thinking exactly what my finance buddy asked me. What was it? What did he say? Education. That's exactly the word I was thinking, and that is exactly the word that my young friend told me. That's the problem. Taiwan's education system does not teach application, applied science, applied math. They don't teach you how to apply your ideas. They give you a list, you memorize it. It's about memorization and regurgitation. It is not about application. They will not. They don't know how to do this. Okay, this is a bag of sugar. This is a cup. This is a quart. This is a tablespoon. These are strawberries. This is flour. This is a recipe book on how to use it. Now, make me a strawberry vanilla cake. Taiwanese won't know what to do. You never taught them how to make a strawberry cake. You never did it in class. You never showed them the cheat way to memorize how to do everything all night long. So they would never in a million. You showed them a recipe book. This is a recipe book. This is how recipes work. This is sugar. These are measurement units. Here are the ingredients. And now you know the ingredients here. Here's a recipe book there. Now go make this cake you never made using these things. They could not do it. Because education teaches them to memorize, memorize, memorize. If you show them how to make a chocolate cake, then they can make a chocolate cake exactly, no different, exactly the same way that you made it in class. Strawberry vanilla cake, same thing. But if you never taught them strawberry vanilla cake in class, they'd never make it in class, only the chocolate one you taught them in class. And you're like, what are you talking about, Jesse? And it's like, there might be exceptions, okay, but that's basically how Taiwan education works. And my finance buddy is going, yes, that is exactly it. That is exactly it. And he's Taiwanese. That's the problem with Taiwan's education system. Now, what am I doing? Look, I love Taiwan. I want Taiwan to be better. I want things to be better. I mean, if you're a parent, you have kids, you want your kids to be awesome. If they do a bad job, you don't hate your kids and want to kill them. You love your kids. You're frustrated probably, but you want your kids to be awesome and to always do better every day. Every day you want your friends, your parents, your family, your children, whatever, your company, yourself. If you're a coach, it's your athletes. You want yourself and your group, your people, to do better today than they did yesterday. I want that for Taiwan. I want Taiwan to do better. Because I love Taiwan and I believe in them. And I think education is a big thing. And so education is something that, I don't know. We'll see what Taiwan's government does with this application thing. We'll see how that goes. But I really hope that I have the opportunity to inject ideas about the application part of education into Taiwan's culture. I'm 15 minutes and out of time. It's been a great podcast week, and I will see you next week.